don't know if this is working. So I don't know if this is working on the mic. Oh, sorry. Don't know if this is working on the mic or on the camera. So if it's poor quality, it's probably the camera. If it's better quality, then it's probably the mic. And I have like the mic currently plugged into the joystick at the moment here. So hopefully that does something. So, hi, greetings and welcome, fellow passengers, aboard the starship passenger liner Max People Pushers. Yeah, I've been spending like the past couple of days playing this game, just trying to see if I can remember how the heck to play it. Let's have a little look at the outfitters. Or is it a livery? Let's have a little look. Yeah, I used to like play this game ages for some time, and it's the old Dolphin with luxury cabins for all the first class people that want to come and join our flight today. So yes, this is basically just a little chill and chat. So if you want to come in, sit down, put your feet up, and just watch the stars fly by, or if you want to chat about anything in particular, just come and say hi. There was a couple of things I want to have a little talk about, but as always, this must be sort of like the YouTubers version of getting blocked, and I can't even remember the phrase now. Where my mind just sort of there was lots of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and as the camera like rolls, my mind just goes blah, blah. Might just go blah, blah. Well, until I figure out what it was I was going to talk about, or just say, or until some people come in to say hi, let's try and see if we can get a job, shall we? So, as I say, I think we currently got a couple of passengers. Actually, before we get the job, I better have a little look over the ship, just to see what actually we've got on. If I can actually press the right friggin' buttons, get the right friggin' buttons to actually work. Okay, so hard points. This is just like class 1 beams, lasers, but as a people pusher, we don't really worry too much about weapons. We just want to get, if anything attack us, we'll just skedaddle out of there. Utility mounts, no utility mounts, simply because you get the more weight on it, you get less jump distance, and if we anything that we put on there will probably just reduce our jump distance. So we don't really need wake scanners, manifest scanners, kill want scanners, don't care about any of those things. Shield boosters, we've got shield boosters in other areas. Heat sink launchers, I think we've pretty much got some decent stuff. So let's have a little look at our core internals. Bulkhead light alloys, power plant level 4A, 5E for thrusters, 4A frame shift drive, life support, power, 3A power distributors, 3A sensors, fuel tank scoop, optional internal. Okay, there we go. So we got one 5B luxury class passenger cabin, one 4E economy class, so it just gets a little bit more bulk in case because the luxury cabin only allows us even though it's class 5B, we only have a cabin capacity. Let's take that again. Even though this is a Class 5B luxury class passenger cabin, it only has a cabin capacity of 4. Cabin class utility luxury. So that's why I've got an extra economy class 4E that gives a little bit of boost of 8 for anyone that wants to go second class or economy class, or put them in the overhead storage cabinet with your luggage class. So fuel scoops, a couple of internal empties. I kind of like these internal empties because although it's good to fill them up if you're going for a more versatile ship doing other things like like combat or mining or such. That's not what we're here for. We need less stuff to go the better distance. And at the moment here, I think this one goes 22 to 23. Now I do have another ship that goes a little bit further than that, just slightly further, but that's the class 6 transport, and it doesn't have the luxury class on it. So that's the ship that we've got today. Going more for creature comforts for the passengers who wants to play their perilous pitfalls and personality cards, and any other P's that I can possibly pick up. Well, I'm going to stop right there before I stutter too much. Okay, so let me see what we got here. Passenger lounge. All aboard for the Max People Pusher. Oh, let's see. Evercrat School of Commerce. So let's see, available contracts. We'll go. Let's go for the most expensive contract that we are allowed. So, oh yes, this one seemed like a pretty decent one. Destination, 2 million. So let's have a little look at what we got here. Rich people does not react well to danger, so that's good. Hi, Stormy Daniels, how's it going? Just chilling and chatting and saying hi to everything. Hi, how's it going? So we need you to transport this one. I think this is one of those long journeys that we're going to be, so let's pick a cabin for them. Doesn't want to go into economy, or can I go into economy? We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this nice and simple, so a long journey. Cool. You bought Resident Evil 2, the remake. Find the light in the game too dark. Almost made me... Yeah, that's a problem with dark games. I've seen this a lot. It is a big mistake that a lot of games do. They think that having darkness means suspense. But unfortunately, darkness doesn't necessarily mean suspense. It just means you can't see 2 feet in front of you. Doom, one of the other Dooms did that, where you had to swap between a gun and a flashlight. So you're using a flashlight to look into the... I can't remember which Doom. It was one of the older ones, like... but you swap between like a gun and a flashlight. So you use a flashlight to see where you're going, and then if any monsters jumped out at you from one of the dark corners, you have to quickly swap over to the gun. And it being Doom, there were monsters in every single possible dark corner. You're right, because in the game the only light is the torch for the character odd lights. Yeah, I do think that darkness can be used properly. When used properly, darkness can add suspense, as it should be. But when there's nothing but darkness and you find yourself finding it really hard to move or just look or know where you're going or what you're doing, it becomes more of an irritation than more of an irritation than actual help. Okay, so let's see where we're going. Transition contract. What am I doing? I'm looking up for this. Ah, yeah, right. So there. Open galaxy map. So let's pick the first point. It's a metaphor for life. Damn right it is. I think this is our first point here. So let's set the market. Oh, and we can do it in one jump. Well, when I say one jump, I mean without refueling. But we're going to refuel at every single possible stop along the way. Okay, right. Passengers loaded. Waypoints plotted. Let's pee off. Let's blast off. As we rise up. I don't know if you guys... Horizon Zero Dawn. Good game. I like that game. By the way, I would say I don't know if the sound is coming through the microphone here. I don't know if you can hear that. Or if it's coming through the camera here. I hope... Oh, Fibble. I can't remember how to fly this. Yeah, mustn't open up my weapons bay whilst inside the hangar. They don't like me doing that. Cool. Well, Don't fly into the wall. Don't fly into the wall. Don't fly here. I don't like this. I hate taking off like this. It's a tight squeeze. There we go. Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, I agree. I've gotten Zero Dawn and I absolutely love it. It is a beautiful game. So let me just raise the landing gears. Oh, almost crashed into a ship going past there. And I like how the actual interactivity goes, because it's this woman that finds this slight piece of tech, and the piece of tech adapts to her by planting it onto her head, and you can see basically she sees everything through a heads-up display, which the tech is implementing directly into her brain, so she can see the world around her. And I kind of like that idea of how technology is working, and I think they did that quite well. I just swing around here so I don't burn to a crisp. Now, the very first time that I played this game, it's really thanks push to the PS. Sorry, it always breaks up down on here. Yes, it's brilliant. Thinks it pushes to PS4 hardware. Yeah, it is. I really do like the. I mean, I was actually playing. Horizon Zero Dawn the other day. I think I was playing it because I was trying to get some characters for one of my little projects. Someone came up to me and asks, well, let me say that my missus' brother's girlfriend came up to us and asked us if we can try and see if we can find characters for a computer game that are female and walk at night, and how the fact that the person is a female interacts with the game and storyline. I didn't really give us too full of details of what we needed, but I knew that Horizon Zero Dawn was one of the games that I picked as a must-have to have on that, and yeah, I think it really is quite a beautiful game. I haven't actually played it all the way through yet. I did want to try it. Unfortunately, you know how life is. You got like one game in front of you, and then you find that there's just so many other things that just pop up. But yeah, if I ever did get some time, I would like to actually complete that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, actually, I keep forgetting. What am I forgetting? Nope. I'll probably figure out the next one. Oh, I don't have the buzzer on this ship. I just realised, because there was one thing that I do when I reach to every single system in this game is to buzz the solar system that I'm in, just to see if there is anything that's new that I can sell later. But I realise I don't have that on this one. I don't think I can actually. Okay. Next time I come up to a red star, oh sorry, a yellow star, I'm going to see if I can get some more fuel.
Frameshift drive charging.
I just realised that I haven't been sucking up as much fuel as I need to be, but we'll be getting there as we go through. So, what have we got here? Oh. Would it be just as soon? Oh, what's going on here? Why is it going on weird? It would be just as we're starting to need to actually fuel. Whoa, fib! I don't think that's right. I think I'm in a bad situation here. Oh dear! I think I'm currently stuck on this star. Emergency stop because I'm too close to the sun. That's not good. What type of sun are we at? upwards at the moment anyway. Okay, let's see if we can try and see if we can get a little bit away from here. Just so it happens that the next stop has to be on the other side of the sun. Oh, crying out loud. Okay, we're in cooldown at the moment, so might have to. Oh, there we go. That's enough. Oh, I just want to go. I just want to get out of here a little bit. I think I'm going to do some serious damage here. Oh dear, don't you just hate it when you you get gravity locked by a star? So it's quite annoying. So we have to just fly outwards a little bit. How do we change cameras? Oh, not that one. Cycle next to it. Oh, halfway. Okay, so that's a nice little picturesque view of us trying to escape the paw of this dense star here. Okay. Here I am, Burning Man, singing songs of my open, so will time pass all my dreams, the heaven knows. Becoming a bit of a poet. Didn't even know it. Maybe I have to cancel out just so I can get a little bit of distance. No, this is not going to work. Right, so let's... Right, I'm going to have to cancel my plot just so I can get a little bit further away. Ah, Days of Thunder. Oh, so let's clear my route just for a little bit. Go. Right, let's see if I can get... No, I'm not going anywhere. Fine. Let's see if I can find another... I need to try and see if I can get... I hate it when it goes weird like this. So let's try and see if I can find a place in this area. Okay, so I'm going to that place then instead. And of course that place is the other side of the sun as well. God damn it! I just need to jump to some sort... Oh wait, no, wait, I think we might be in the clear. So this is going to get a little bit hot if I burn out. Oh, go on. Damn it. Why did that not work? I am aligned. Oh, I got escaped from the sun. I'm still currently in the sun at the moment.
Warning. Temperature critical. Warning. Taking heat damage.
There we go. I think we're now... we finally escaped from the sun. Right, let's see. How far are we from the sun now? There we go. We've managed to escape from the sun's gravitational pull a little bit. Now we can carry on our journey. Yay! And I'm sure our passenger is really loving the fact that we're currently blowing our own ship up. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem for us. So open galaxy map. Oh dear. You know, I know it was a little bit... Okay. Okay, so we're back on track now. Now I know that we've got a little bit of a situation at work where basically we've had to decommission one of our servers, It's a very, very old server. It was basically, it was our backup server that we used to use, and I've been using it every day since that. Since I started coming into work there. It was pretty much my better part of my job for most of the year, for the most of my work time. And when we decommissioned it, it really sort of felt like a piece of us was missing. So as I shut it down for like the final time, I had the funeral march playing on in the background. Oh, for crying out loud, another old red sod right in the face. What is it with sons and wanting to throw themselves right into my face? Okay, so we're good enough to... Alright, so we're just going to stand here a little bit and replenish our fuel. Oh, I seem to have got... Let's see. Nav beacon ahead. Okay, so we're coming up to the destination. Yay! Transaction contracts. What's the first? Ah, there we go. Okay, so let's just double check what we're going to. Going Nabolia Visitor Beacon. Going to the Visitor Beacon.
Complete.
Okay, cool. Right, so we finished fueling. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so first up the bat, we seem to be we've just been given notice that No Man's Sky VR is going to be coming out on the 14th of August. So we're very much looking forward to that. We've got that date booked in our calendars. In fact, thankfully, I've actually got that date booked off. So I've got my holidays booked up in advance. So I managed to plan that off nice. And yeah, I was going to say, you'll find me living here practically. Whilst you'll find me practically living here in No Man's Sky, trying to build bases, find new worlds, explore new life forms, and destroy new civilizations to boldly go where no VR headset has gone before. At least you do until you discover it, and then everyone then pops in on multiplayer. But yeah, there's supposed to be the big three things that are happening in the next Beyond update. One of them, as we all know, is the VR headset update. There's supposed to be another thing that's coming out, which is the multiplayer. They're going to hit the multiplayer really hard, so therefore a lot of things is going to happen in multiplayer. And the third thing that's coming out is a surprise. Sean Murray is going to say, we're not going to tell you what the third thing is, but we want you to discover it. So there's all loads of speculation of going around and say, what is this third thing that they're going to bring out? What is this that they're going to do? Are they going to bring out some? Are they going to have these new alien species that totally dominates the galaxy, just like the Far Guys here in Elite, or what? We don't know, but it's something we are going to have to wait and see. I have been a big fan of No Man's Sky ever since it came out. Now I know that when it came out there was like loads of haters and doubters and people complaining so much so that Hello Games had to abandon their site, abandon their shop, just so that because they were getting a lot of bad press and they had to go to somewhere else. So now they are back in everyone's good graces. So as they're all back in everyone's good graces, people are starting to jump back on the bandwagon to see, oh, they're giving all this stuff away for free. And then they complain, well, it should have been free from the first start. I'd say, I don't care. This is a small indie company that's offering something big. It's not something that's that's a AAA developer. No, Hello Games is a small, tiny company, and they have and they're doing something. They're trying to make something and bring that something to you. So that's why I have been with them or following their progress ever since the start. And I'm I very much enjoy and satisfied with what we've been getting so far. Just going to speed this up just a little bit, just so we can get there just a tiny bit faster. Okay, other things that are going on. So I know there's no one out there at the moment. We've got all 0 people on the chats. So I'm just like basically spurting out to the universe, fun things to do. I have come to a little bit of a realization earlier. Yesterday I was on Oculus Quest playing Orbis VR, and I encountered this guy. I'm not going to go into too details because he's a developer, and he was looking at some games for the PC, and also trying to see if we can make an adaptation for the Quest. Now, I don't know if this is going to actually work or not on the Quest, because I haven't really gotten too much into the side quest loading yet. I just haven't had the time. But tomorrow or Saturday, I am going to make that time. I'm going to spend pretty much most of tomorrow looking at the Quest and trying to get this side quest thing loaded in, and try and see if I can do some of the techniques that he taught me, some of the things that he showed me, and hopefully it can pan out pretty well. But there are other things that he was telling me about. Now, pretty much most of my life I've been using a 3D animated graphics program called 3ds Studios or 3ds Max. I've been using that all the way back since like the 1990s, or like 1990s, 1980s, and that has been my 3D studio program of choice. I know over the years there's been many other versions that come out, such as like Lightwave, Blender, Bear, and all other sorts of things that have been coming out. And I just said, no, thank you. Not for me. I'm 3ds Max all the way. Now I'm kind of just wondering, am I being so stubborn that I am purposely blocking myself off from possible avenues? Am I being stubborn to a fault that I could be hurting my own choices or careers or development? So he was telling me one of the things that I really want to do in 3ds Max was to create 360 films. So I do a little animation and put it in 360 so that the camera, so I can output that as a 360 video to you guys. But unless I buy a attachment module for 3ds Max that costs approximately £2,000, say £2,000 for an attachment module, I'm thinking, no, I'm just never going to be able to afford that. Well, never say never. I could win the lottery tomorrow if I ever played it, but but no, if but then he told me about Blender and said, yep, you could do that in Blender, Blender's easy. You can do so many things in Blender, and it's all quick and easy, and you can do so much. So I was just like thinking, am I really shooting myself in the foot just by saying I'm sticking with 3D Max and not doing anything else, not trying anything else? Am I just doing something so bad? So I think I'm going to try to see if I can spend a little time learning new software. See if I can actually use them to my advantage, and see if I can actually get some of the things that I make. I mean, if I can use some other software to make the things that I need, I could do my 3D studios or Stickmen in Space a heck of a lot more faster than, say, maybe once every 2 months I can do a 5-minute video if I get the time. So yeah, I'm going to start reading up on Blender and other programs out there, trying to see, because at the end of the day, if I can get something, it might be a bit of a different type of animation than what I've done. It might use a little bit of a different style, but if I can get something that works, then maybe, just maybe, I might be able to do something with it. And that's what we really want in the end. And the same thing goes for this other thing, Unity engine. Sorry, that's Unity engine? Another programming tool that I was really much interested in seeing was Unity, because Unity basically had everything that I was wanting. I mean, for a long time, I was like, I know like C programming, C#, C language, and I find that there's loads of people out there that did all sorts of animations with C. And I was thinking, how the heck do you do any of that? And am I going in the right direction here, or am I? I can't see a navigational beacon. Oh, sorry. Let me just get back on track here. Right. Now I am looking for... Okay, so this is where we got sent to, and I can't see it anymore. I am looking for the visitors beacon. Ah, there we go. Right, okay, there it is, right over there. Okay, let's move it up. And it will, of course, it would be on the other side of the planet.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so... So let's see how we can land this. Is it on the planet or is it in orbit? I think it's in orbit. That's good. Oh, let's get out of there. We're going right through the planet's gravitational orbit there, so we want to get out of that so that we don't slow down and bang our heads into something. Right, okay, so let's get into this. Yeah, so as I was saying, the what was I saying? Stuff, things, blah, 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 blah. Count 3, 2, 1. Ready to disengage. Disengaging.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay, looks like we're done with this level here, so we should head on to the next one. wish it says how far away. Well, distance 176. So it looks like we won't. Oh, we are going a fair distance. Well, not too far. That's where we are now, down there, all the way up to there, and we won't make it with our current fuel load. So we are definitely going to need to. Refuel as we go. Yeah, so as I was saying, that yeah, Unity was another thing that I started feeling stubborn. Unity was another thing that I was starting feeling stubborn on, though, because oh yes, I like Unity. It seems to do everything that I wanted, so I am going to choose this as my tool of choice. No, I don't want to know about all these others. Unity's the one for me. And like I said, I think that stubbornness is holding me back. It's causing me lots of problems, because then someone like showed me the Unreal Engine and all the stuff that they can be doing with the Unreal Engine. It's far more easier to use in Unity. It's so better to do. Hold on a sec. Where's the... I'll get the next one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I should have gone for the transporter one, because the transporter has got a much more better fuel scoop than what we've got on here. So as I was saying, Unity, as I said, I liked Unity because it had everything, and I think that I think my own stubbornness has been a little bit of a problem, because I said, no, I don't want to know about anything else. Unity's the one that I discovered, so Unity's what I'm sticking with. And then he showed me all the good stuff that you could do with Unreal Engine, and how easy it is to actually just make something. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I mean, I could be doing a heck of a lot more, both with other 3D animation software as well as other type of object-oriented program, other type of programming languages. So I do think that my own stubbornness is really holding me back, and sometimes you just got to stop and think for a moment. What is it that you really want to do? Do you just want to make 3D Studio Max programs, or do you want to make animations? Do you actually want to do something creative with your work? Do I want to get the stick figure animations up and running? If I do want to get my stick figures animations up and running, because it takes me such a long time just to create one 5-minute film in 3ds Max, what if those 2 months could be shortened down to, let's say, 2 weeks or maybe even 2 days, just to do one 5-minute program in Blender? But it may look a little bit different. This art style may be a little different because it's a different type of system, and it's using a free software that's given out, rather than something that you're supposed to pay lots and lots of money for. But if I could create the animations that I want to, then maybe I should change the software that I'm using. Maybe I should change the keys. So yes, that's the sort of epiphany that we came to the other day. And yeah, so over tomorrow, on Sunday, I am definitely going to be looking into the side quest, try and see if we can download the software that we've been talking about, because as I said, he gave me that project that he's developing. So we're going to put that onto the Oculus Quest, and hopefully it might be something that will be quite decent. And yeah, to be perfectly honest, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Yeah. Again, as I was saying, the No Man's Sky VR, very much looking forward to that when that comes out. set. And right now, I think I'm going to need a drink. Actually, well, face right in, sun right into the face like a custard pie. Yeah, as I was saying, the very first time that I played this game and made a jump, the very first time I saw like that sun like literally shot right at my face, I was, holy shit, what the heck is that going on here? That's it. Is this, am I too far away from the sun? No, just about. Let's refill at the next one. I'm too far away now, and I don't want to get caught in the gravity well again. Not again. So 41.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, it seems like we're keeping decent fuel efficiency here this time. As I said, I should have gone for the transport carrier, because I think the transport carrier that I've got, rather than this Dolphin, well, the transport carrier, let me rephrase that, let me start again. I think the transport carrier that I got, even though it's type 6, not type 7, is much more efficient than what we've got here for the Dolphin. And I'm going to a White Star, aren't I? I'm going to a wall. This is going to, shoot. There we go. I'm just going to hover it right here. There we go. Just going to hover it there a little bit, try and see if we can get a little bit of fuel in. So let that load up. Okay, so what else was we talking about? As I said, we had like the parade that was not too long ago. So keeping an eye on the heat. So if the heat starts rising, here, then that sort of means that I'm falling into the sun. So I don't. Feel free to take advantage. Yeah, one thing we do not want is to be falling into the sun whilst refueling. Okay, so that looks like it's like nicely done there. So let's move on. There we go, complete. Okay, so moving on. Oh, still at the corona of that sun, and now I think it's going behind. Yeah, we go. 64, 62, 58. So I've got to get that at least below 50 before I can actually charge. Otherwise, if I charge it whilst it's above 50, I kind of get the impression that it's drawing the sun in. I can just imagine like the gases from the sun are getting attracted to my engine as I rev it up, which is why it suddenly jumps from like 60 to plus 200 degrees Celsius. Near being drawn into a sun's corona whilst jumping into hyperspace is not a good idea, nor is flying directly at the center of the sun. Sorry, itch. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be something that we'll be looking forward to. If oh, actually, I think I've gone too far out. No worries, we've still got plenty of fuel, and I'm sure we can make it to the next stop now. I think we've got enough to make it onto the next stop. But yeah, sorry, I just had to check. As you can see there, you can see like the temperature is rising, rising down as we're charging up the frameshift drive. As I say, I think that whilst frameshift drive is charging up, I can just imagine all the gases being sucked out of the sun and then just surrounded our ship, burning us alive to a crisp. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, is this a White Star we're going to? Can't tell. Yeah, talk too much. Oh dear. That always scares me every single time. I think it's designed to do things like that. Oh, fuck. No, I do not want to dive into another sun again. I do not want to dive into another sun again like that. Wait, so pull it back a little bit. So it's when I saw that slow down, when the slow down comes up, that means you are getting close. And like I did last time when I got to that close, I got dragged out of the frameshift drive and I couldn't escape, which was an annoying.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now we've got plenty of fuel to get to the next few levels. Oh, okay. Okay, so over the next couple of days, I'm going to sort out the side quest, try and see if we can get those that developer game installed and set up. Maybe I can even get some review done on it. We got the developers Black Dragon that contacted me in regards to their game Copper Canyon Shootout. So I'm going to start creating a little bit of a review on their game, which I thought was actually not too bad. Oh shit! Why do they keep doing that? Why do they keep doing that? Come on. All I just want is a little bit of fuel, so I can make it. I'm going to stop right here. There we go. Right, slow down. There we go. Okay, so we're going to just drift here a little bit, hopefully a little bit away from the there we go. Nice little nice little shot there of us just drifting around. Okay, thank you. There we go. Fueling has been completed. Yeah, so as I said, we're going to try and see if we can get that game from the developers. See if there's anything they see what their game is like. There we go. That should be enough to try jump onto the next one. Also, yeah, try and see if I can start doing some animation in Blender, because as I say, if that works out, then it works out. I might do some basic stickman animations and then level it up, see if I can do something like import some of the stuff that I've got from 3ds Max into there, or just see if I can mix it up a little bit and create something that's decent. Oh, I think... Right, okay, so I'm just going to stop it right there. What's that? Let's have a little look at what we've got here. Okay, so, hey, there we go. I'm going to take that. Oh, for crying out loud, wrong blinking button. No, don't go into system map. Go, right. Okay, so just rotate around here a little bit. Cool, it's at 64. It's still a bit too close to the sun at the moment. Get it down to below 50 before I frame shift. There we go. Oh, I already am in frame shift, sorry. I keep forgetting that. Right, where are we going this time? We are going to... So we've done Visitor Beacon. This is LTT 4599 Visitor Beacon. 499 Visitor Beacon. But it won't show it up in this level here. Oh, wait. I think we are close enough. So, yes, it does show up. Okay, so we've got our path direct to that. Let's just lower that down a little bit. So let's have a little look. Oh, I think we're actually getting close. Well, I think we're going to zoom right past it. Yeah, with all these sudden stops, I'm sure that our host or our guest is going to hate all the fact that we keep on ripping our ship to pieces with that. Come on. Alright, okay, so we need to go back to Friendship Drive, just waiting for it to cool down for a little bit. Ding dong! passenger announcement. We are coming up to LTT 4599 Visitor Beacon. We shall be arriving there very shortly, so please fasten your seatbelts and look out the window for the spectacular view as we now engage frameshift drive so that we can close into the target. All aboard, coming into LTT 4599 Visitor Beacon. Ding dong! Ding dong! Please enjoy our complimentary gift cards. Ding dong! There we go, got it. There. Oh, that's... Okay, so let's have a little look out of the...
Critical message.
They're just flying around in space. Space? I'm in space. Ah. Okay, right. So let's go on to the next one, which is Nautus Visitor Beacon. So open Galaxy Maps. Let's see, where is the next destination? And it is the 252 light years away. Of course it is. It wouldn't be close, would it? It will be... well, let's just see how far away is it. Okay, so there. So this is actually, in this game we can fly to any one of these stars. And I do believe that these stars are generated in game. So each one of these stars that you can see around us is an actual solar system that we could fly to.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, that was that for a large scale. The reason I know this because I can't remember if it was either this game or if it was No Man's Sky, but someone went to like the very edge of the galaxy. They spent like days traveling to the very edge of the galaxy, and when they got there, you could actually see the galaxy itself. In the way that the stars were aligned, and it looked really cool. And as you get closer in, so do you get closer into the stars of the galaxy. So I think that is like pretty damn impressive how that works.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see. Free. Okay, so visitor beacon, nav beacon. So what else would I want to talk about? I'd say there was a couple of things. I mean, we talked about the LGBTQ parade that was on not too long ago, which is kind of funny. I mean, the reason I find it funny is simply because of the sort of camaraderie, that's the right word, camaraderie that goes between me and one of my colleagues at work. And I mean, basically the camaraderie is that he's constantly always insinuating that I might be gay, like saying the odd thing here and there, and I'm always doing like the complete opposite to prove that I'm not gay. He constantly like say, "Oh, you are gay," and he's constantly thinking that I'm gay. And I said, "Look, I am not gay," despite the fact that last Saturday, I was standing on the front line of a gay parade in front of the floats, waving the literal gay flag whilst yelling out, "Still not gay!" Yeah, I am not gay. Honest. Oh yeah, and also that was actually kind of funny. The other day, when I was like talking to this guy on the line, he was like reading out some text. To say Alpha A for what was A Alpha Angela A. Okay, Alpha, and then next letter is C for cats, I believe, and then basically after we managed to go through the entire alphabet of reading out what this word was. There we go, sorry. Oh, basically we was trying to read out something and then spell it phonetically, but we really found that it was quite hard to actually try and remember what the phonetic alphabet was. And then when I said, okay, let me read that back, I said, it's Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Oscar November. And when I just said that, my missus actually just burst out laughing because I kind of know the phonetic alphabet. I know because when I was working on the help desk, we talked about I did the phonetics all the time when dealing with people's postcodes. It was a requirement for the job. Let's see. Oh dear. So let me just scooping up a little bit here. Actually, I was wondering, I got my laptop down here because I was going to try and see if I can actually look up some stuff on the internet, but I realised whilst I'm currently sitting in this seat I can't get to my laptop, so it's a little bit annoying. So apparently there are some decent new games. Well, I mean, what else can we really talk about? I mean, there's decent new games coming out. Yep, always is decent new games. Some of them VR, some of them not. Some on PC, some of them PlayStation, and if you even care about it, some on the Xbox. A new celebrity said something that started becoming trending. Things happened. Trees grew a little bit taller. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and another news. We also heard the stories from Whaley Bridge. Yeah, so some thoughts goes out to the people down at the Whaley Bridge in England, because I mean, this is one that is actually close to our hearts, because we got some people that lives near Whaley Bridge, and when the dam started falling apart, so that's a problem with Whaley Bridge at the moment, is that there's a dam that had some very heavy rainstorms nearby, and since that happened the dam started breaking apart. So therefore the people in the local facilities are panicking, they're abandoning their houses, and they're all currently moving to some sort of communal centre that's, I was going to say close by, but hopefully not too close by, because if that dam breaks, the entire village is going to get flooded. And like I said, my missus has got some personal stake in there, so our thoughts are currently going out to the people at Whaley Bridge, and hopefully that things will improve, because it looks like they've already plugged up the dam with a lot of sandbags to try and see if they can help stem or stop any further problems. They are currently reducing the level of water in the reservoir to try and so if the dam does actually break in completely, then it reduces the damages to the houses and properties around the area. But yeah, they are currently working on patching up the dam at the moment. They're currently working on trying to fix it and doing the best they can to actually stop or reduce any further damage that's going on. So yeah, best thoughts to the people at Whaley Bridge. Hopefully it does work out for them, and hopefully the dam doesn't break and do millions of pounds worth of property damage. But yeah, here's for hoping. Yeah, I know they're all I think it's my step aunt. I think that's right, step aunt. An uncle. My missus' family has managed to get out of the area and into a safety area.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, no, 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 go away, don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. Whoa, it's getting hot again. I think that one's too close,
Disengage.
too hot, too big. Let's just go on to the next one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, like I said, if it starts slowing down, then it's got a chance that it might break you out of the frameshift drive, and then we'll be stuck falling into the sun, and we don't want that.
3, 2, 1.
Ah, yes. The other thing that we've got an interest in is isekai. Isekai. Now, that's one thing that I kind of do actually want to do. It's sort of like, oh, frip. Let's get out of there. Red Sun. This is why I got lost last time. Okay, so that's far enough. Whee. Yep. Sorry, just.
Frameshift drive charging.
Whee. Yeah, I was saying the one of the other things that I do quite like and enjoy is manga and anime. I do like manga and anime, and I have recently really have fallen big time into the isekai genre. Now, I know a lot of you people say, "Oh, isekai isn't really a genre," and I say, well, it should be, because it is an absolute awesome thing, and it should be a genre of its own. So just going to sit here for a little bit, and hopefully we don't fall into the sun. There we go. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. You see, that's all burning and bubbling and boiling away. With all these like lovely flares that are just coming right off the sun. Make sure you don't fall into one of those. Okay, yeah, we're just basically sitting here to refuel a little bit. Heat's still at a steady 64%. I mean, if it starts getting higher, that means we are falling down into the sun, and we do not want that. No, we don't want falling into the sun. Falling into the sun is generally a bad idea, so try to avoid falling into the sun. Oh yeah, and there we go, we're done. Nice and full. And then, okay, well, we turn and, okay, so we're still at 64% heat. Got to wait until that's at least under 50%. There we go. That's now we can move on to the next stuff. Maybe I should do karaoke. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes. But when the day is done and the sun goes down and the moonlight shining through, then like a sinner before the gates of heaven, I'll come crawling on back to you. Yeah, I know I can't sing to save my voice. I can see myself tearing up the highway faster. Actually, I don't even know if this is the mic that this is working on yet. I know, because we either got this mic or the mic on the camera. And if it's the mic on the camera, then I'm probably sounding god awful. And if it's the mic that's on here, then I probably sound even worse. And again, who knows? There we go, over to there. Right, and as I was saying, the other thing that we want to really try and see if we can get into is isekai. Now, I have been doing a little bit of studying on isekai. I've been reading lots and lots of manga, making sure that I study it thoroughly, constantly. I've even tried to sneak off work a little bit to study in private. But stayed up late at night and into the early of the hours, studying more and more manga and anime, just to make sure that I can fully appreciate the isekai genre. And as I say, for those who say that isekai isn't a genre, I say it is. It is a genre, and it's a bloody good one. Now I know that now I was actually having this little bit of an argument with someone online. I say that it was on a video about power creep and how power should be expressed in storylines as a gentle grade, and then the effects of everyone. But for the general rules of thumb of how you should handle powerful characters, isekai breaks that rules, because with isekai, a lot of the genres, they are basically just thrown straight into the ultimate power unlock. The idea of isekai is a person dies or is summoned and then respawned into a new world. So isekai basically translates to another world. And when they get transported into this new world, they then get some sort of OP buff or power that makes them practically like a god. Straight off day one, they don't need to worry about... am I going to get sucked in here? Yes, I am. So, I'm going to say this type of star... Oh, where's that one going? Where did that come from? Am I going backwards? So even though I'm going to need a little bit of fuel soon, well, okay, I'm still holding off quite well on fuel. But yeah, I didn't really want to play around with that star because it was a dense star and will probably draw me in. I think this is the last tourist destination before we have to return back to home base after this. And this mission pretty much has like taken us over about 1 hour and 7 minutes so far. So yeah, these little tourist missions, they do take a fair amount of time. Oh, but yeah, as I was saying, talking about isekai. Now, as I was saying, they get ultimate power pretty much straight off the back. I mean, sometimes it's a story of discovery of how people find out how they get these powers, but normally within like a first chapter or two, they are pretty much peaked at top level, and any new challenge that they can't deal with, they develop some new skill coincidentally to overcome those quite easily. There is nothing an isekai character cannot overcome or be blocked by, because they just have supreme ultimate power. So this is why I say that it breaks a rule of power. If someone's got supreme ultimate power, then aren't stories practically useless? There's no suspense, because if there's a plot element that the character can just overcome by snapping his fingers or waving their hands, they are pretty much a definition of Deus. So I'm just trying to work out Deus Ex Machina. Machina is the machine, but Deus Ex is they are the god in the box themselves. They can wave their hands and everything's all right with the world. So if that's the case, why are the stories so popular? And the reason that they're popular is because the characters themselves, it's not about the actual stories. It's not about the plot. The plots are there just to flush out the world the characters in. But what this is involved is, what if God walks the earth? What if someone with the power of a god walks on our planet, how does it interact with the planet? I mean, by waving your hand, you could cure the plague. You can you could start wars, crumble nations, or you can bring forth alliances. The world will be rippled by the footsteps of this man. I mean, each footsteps you take will send ripples throughout the entire world, and it will adjust to the main character, and that's what we like. We wanted a power fantasy. That is what these are. These are powerful power fantasies, and it's designed to show you when you've got supreme power, how does the rest of the world react or respond to you with supreme power? Will they respond to you with fear? Will they respond to you with love, or hope, apprehension, knowing that you can basically destroy their economy or sense of beliefs just by merely saying a particular by merely having a particular thought? You can destroy their preconceptions of what is right and wrong, and that is the power fantasy. So when someone comes up to me and then says, well, isn't isekai just a white man's power fantasy? I'll say, yeah, damn straight it is, because that's what we want. We want the power fantasy. Okay. I wonder how close we are to coming up to the next one. I think though, I mean, we've been like flying this little tour boat for like over an hour now. Okay, cool. So we are in the current mission area. Let's stop to fuel scoop. Okay, we are now in hover. That's good. So let's have a little look whilst we're in hover to see where we need to go. We need to go to Nortus Visitor Beacon. So Nortus 8. So it just says Nortus Visitor Beacon. Okay. So firstly, let's get a little bit out of here. Now I think after this, that is this mission complete, and then it finishes up by us returning home. So after this, it is the return journey home. Let's have a little... Let's see if we can see anything on the system map. Normally you can't actually see them on the system map until you get close enough. See, there's nowhere around here that actually shows... Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, so that looks like the destination we're going to, but that's only because I picked it there. It doesn't actually show the visitor beacon until we get close enough. So we are going to have to get really close. Oh dear. Ow! I really do need a drink. My voice is getting a little bit sore at the moment. Okay, right, bear with me just 1 second. I'm just going to get some milk. I don't think I'm going to crash into any planets whilst I just pop into the... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to crash into planets whilst I just pop to get some milk. Be back in a sec. I still have my microphone on. I don't know if you can hear me. Got this control. Wait, and I'm back. And yes, I haven't crashed into anything. Ah, there we go. Nice cold, ice cold milk. Good old milk. Love milk. Yeah, there's another thing, by the way. Oh, what's the word for it? I advocate the drinking of milk. I know a lot of people believe that, oh, you shouldn't drink milk. Milk is from an animal. I mean, it's almost vampiric when you like think about it too much. That milk is something that the calf needs to feed their cows, their cattle, their calves, their offspring. So, meh. I'll talk about more about it in the set when we get on our way. At the moment, let's do a little bit of focus on trying to see if we can find Lotus Visitor Beacon. There we go. Now we're close in, we can actually see it. Let's just put up the speed just a little bit. 12. No, okay, getting close. 11, 10, still 10, 9. Oh, this is Microsoft time. Still 9. As it's reducing its speed as we get close. Almost there. Almost. Hopefully it is on this side of the planet, otherwise we're going to go crashing straight into the planet to get to it. 9, 8, 7, 6. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wrong button, wrong button. Okay. I just wanted to do a quick. Oh yeah, I did it.
Landing gear deployed.
Whoops. No, we are not landing down here. But that is a pretty decent view. Look at that. So this is Max People Pushers on board the Dolphin Express. And how about that for a view? Roll. How do I take a picture? I know. I'm going to take a picture by pressing and holding this. There we go. There you go. I'm going to try and see if I can turn that into the thumbnail. Well, let's see. How about that for like the series of 3? Got satellite up there, and that goes across. Yeah, that's the thumbnail right there. That'll do. Okay, right. Let's get the heck out of here.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, right, let's plot the way back, and it's 190 light years, so... Okay, so we have to escape the planet's vector first.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
go. Yeah, sorry, just playing around with like the camera views. I like that. Right. Okay, so now we've got to do complete 180. Hopefully the planet's not going to be in the way. And okay, wait a minute. I swear that we opened up. Maybe we didn't. Okay. Yes, we did. Okay, so let's try. There's a Starman. You're right, Stormy Daniels. How's it going? Welcome back. Well, I'm trying to see if I can get back on course. Oh, it keeps on going for that way. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go all the way out here. And let's readjust the scans. Let's delete this. Take that off. You know what? Clear route. And also, let's see if I can take this off here as well, because I think lock, bookmark, plot holder, mining. Alright, there we go. Get rid of that. Unlock destination. There we go. Now we should be able to get back online. Hey. Open ballot and start plotting the route home. Okay, so therefore going from down there, there's star. Oh, a couple of more stars there. So we've got a couple of stars that we can like play around with here. Right. Yeah, so we've talked about all sorts of things today in this little journey. So as we have now finished the entire trek, it's taken us 1 hour and 20 minutes to get through all 3 locations of this flight. We are now currently plotting a route back home. And no, I'm not going to pronounce these star system names because I'm sure someone just leaned on the keyboard when I was trying to work out how to pronounce them or spell them. Well, and there's another sun. I hate the way that those suns just fly right at you like a custard pie to the face. A very hot custard pie to the face. Wait, oh, no, don't want to stop. Yeah, so we've talked about a fair amount this time. I mean, we talked about the new, the other type of systems that we can be using, such as like Unity. We talked about the side quests. We talked about No Man's Sky, No Man's Sky VR, that's coming out on the 14th of August. Looking very much to that. We had a nice little chat of, well, we talked about the. About Horizon Zero Dawn. We talked about the LGBTQ gay pride that was that went through out London not too long ago. Yeah, maybe if we get Blender up and running, maybe I might be able to do some more animations using a different sort of different tool. It could work, could be helpful, could be beneficial. Yeah, I think we've had a, well, when I say talk, more or less me chatting and just blabbering on, but yeah, it's good little vents just to chill out a bit and chill and chat. Oh, sorry, need another little sip of my drink. Yep. Yeah, I know I'm like drinking straight from the bottle, but drinking milk straight from the bottle, good for you. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to say, whilst I'm a little bit of an advocate for milk, because I know that milk in general is not widely wrong. Yes, hardcore. Drinking milk straight from the bottle, yes. Give me the pint of your best semi-skims. I certainly believe that drinking milk is a good thing. because majority of the population of this planet can't drink milk. No, it's weird to call them lactose intolerant. A pint of the white stuff. The white stuff. Yes, the white stuff or the right stuff. And we're talking about milk here, nothing else that's white. Yes, I want the milk to come from a cow, not a bull. Thank you. Sorry. All this chatting is get me dry. Yeah. Yeah, I was up all morning. Like milking the cows just to get a head start on the day. Oh, we don't have a cow. We got a bull. Whoops. What was that from? Golden Balls or something? Or was it Weird Al Yankovic? I can't remember where I saw that from. But there's certainly lots of stuff that's coming out on the cinema. That's what was the thing that we wanted to see recently? There's some good stuff that was coming out on the cinema that we really wanted to see. I'll tell you what, if I got my phone on me. Where's my phone? Ah, phone. Let's see what's coming out on the cinema. Wait, Cineworld. Give me my Cineworld app. See, actually, from the Cineworld, we actually had a Cineworld down in the O2. They've done something pretty nifty down there. They've opened up this sort of VIP area. Now, for us, for about, I think like 22 quid per person. You not only get like a VIP seat, VIP screening seat, but you also get a full buffet meal, unlimited food, which I think for unlimited food for 20 quid is not a bad deal, considering that when you generally go out to a cinema, you normally like do a cinema and then you go out to have a meal later. But if you have like a meal first and then the cinema, I think that 20 odd quid is pretty much a decent deal, though, considering cinema tickets are normally like 15 quid when you come to think about it. But let me see, what else have we got that's coming up? Cinema O2, nearest O2. Let's see if there's anything that's coming up. Aladdin. Oh, I wanted to watch Aladdin. It actually looks pretty decent. Movies for Junior, Fast and the Furious, Hobbit. What's that? Okay, Fast. Oh, so that is actually Fast and the Furious. I thought I was reading that weirdly. Horrible Histories. Some Hindi program, another Hindi program, another Hindi program. Pokemon. I think that one came out ages ago, didn't that? Spider-Man Far From Home, another film that I would love to see. Angry Birds movie 2. Didn't Angry Birds come out as well? Well, that's that. Let me read. Wolf Fibble. I don't want to die in the sun whilst looking at my phone. Yes, people, don't fly your ship and text at the same time. Don't fly and text at the same time. Otherwise, you might find yourself banging straight into a sun. And at this point in the mission, when we're like 1.5 hours into the mission, I don't really want that to happen. The current war, Lion King, Toy Story 4. Okay, so there's a few things up there. Now, I haven't actually seen Lion King yet, but I heard that the Lion King film that's out now is basically the original Lion King, but they took the entire scene by scene and developed it into a computer animated film. So I'm wondering if that's true or not. I know some people have seen it, but they haven't been able to tell me if it's true or not. Right, I think we're going to really need to refuel here because we're currently nearly down to half the amount of fuel that we got. So let's just sit here and hover over. Oh no, we're falling into the no. We're getting hotter. That means that we're falling into the sun. We don't want to fall into the sun. Okay, so we're not going to sit here and. Okay, so we're not going to sit here and refuel. But we managed to get enough fuel to at least probably get us a little bit further. Oh. Yep, that's enough. Call center EJ Red Dwarf. Okay, so that's going to be another one where we're going to have to worry about density. I know there's like the odd chance here that you could accidentally fall straight into a black hole, and that is one thing you don't really want to do. Another thing that kind of scared me when I first saw it was like the pulsar, because I don't know why. It's just that I feel so fragile whilst playing this game. Like even the slightest thing could go wrong. I could like lose my ship. Let's hold that here. That seems to be stable. Then there we are, currently hovering over a red dwarf. Hardcore. Very nice. So you do get some pretty decent views around here. Oop. And I'm useless at playing around with these cameras because that's a bad shot. There we go. I think I'm falling. Oh, so, yeah. Well, fuel scooping complete. That will do. Let's get us out of here. Yes, as I keep saying, falling into a sun is not a good thing. We don't want that, do we? No. Oh, we're far away now to start up the frameshift drive. How many more jumps do we need to go through? I'll tell you what, after we get to the next star, we'll check, see how far that we need to go before we get to the end. Hey. So is there anything that you wanted to talk about before we finish up today? Let's see, I think we're almost coming to the end here. Damn it. Let's talk about not taking our hands off the wheel as we're flying straight into a sun. Egg. Ow. Kim currently down at the pub at the moment with her dad. Yeah, I mean, I know our roles are completely reversed compared to how things used to be like 10, 15 years ago. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, it's always like the guy that ends up going down to the pub chatting with their mates over a pint. But here in our situation is my missus that normally goes down to the pub so that she meets up with her parents down at the pub, and they just chill and chat and eat. For me, I think it's a good way of them getting my missus getting a nice decent meal from the parents. Saves me cooking for the night, and I can play on my games and do live chat. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get her to come into doing the chill and chats with me, because I think it'll be good for her. I mean, because we've got like the sofa behind there that we can basically just both relax and chill out on the sofa and just like play head-to-head games or something, trying to see if we can find something whilst talking about stuff. But yeah, today, I mean, last night, I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a bit of an incident that was on the news. It was the Whaley Bridge incident. Basically what's happening at Whaley Bridge is the dam, there's like a big reservoir, and the dam is quite close to breaking. And if the dam breaks, basically it will flood the town, and all the houses around the area will pretty much just all be swept away. Yeah, and we got family living in that area, so she was like kind of concerned about the situation, which not surprising. Hope the not the parents, but the people in question, they have been evacuated to a little store area not too far away. Well, far enough away so that if the dam breaks, that they don't get into trouble. But yeah, they've been evacuated. They said they could be evacuated for like several days, but I think the work on the dam has actually been repaired. I mean, if you look on the news at the moment, it's currently one of the popular things that were going on the news. It's the Whaley Bridge Dam, and you've got like lots of airplanes helicopters flying over, taking pictures of this dam where half of it has been pretty much broken to pieces, and you can see the sand that supports the wall underneath the concrete plates just flowing away. And if that all goes, then there's nothing supporting the wall up, and the dam will burst, and therefore the reservoir would just come in and flood the town, causing lots of property water damage. And of course, Muggins, yours truly here, has to go and say something like, "Hope you got water insurance." Yeah, it must be hard to get water insurance when you live that close to a dam. But I think situation does look good at the moment. Okay, so I think we're closing in.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, cool. So let's head away. So where's my station? Cleve Hub. There we go. Cleve Hub. Yeah, I'm almost current up. Yeah, as I say, wouldn't. It's all okay. I mean, the missus is fine. She's heard some good news from her family, so therefore, yeah, I think it's all going to be good. Whoa. Missed it. God damn it, I just keep stopping so suddenly. I'm sure that the passengers are going to complain about me ripping my ship apart. Okay, so looks like we're coming up to the final approach to Cleve Hub. As the frameshift drive is just cooling down for a little bit. GTA 5. Now I know that I've managed to get a fair few. I think I completed 3 maps on GTA 5. Sorry about that. Right, it's a little bit dry at the moment. GTA 5, here's GTA 5 Sant'Andrea, GTA Sant'Andrea, because I know with Sant'Andrea and Vice City, I haven't actually completed any of those games, but I know with Sant'Andrea, I think I got very far through. I mean, there's like 3 sections of the map. You've got like the main area where you all fly through your main play, then you get sent to another area, then you wake up and get sent to another area before you get access to the entire map. And I think I've got pretty much 3 areas all opened up, but as I say, time went on and I couldn't finish that. Unfortunately, that's a problem with work. I was just saying this to someone the other day, is that work is the curse of life, because we have to spend approximately between like 10 to 12 hours a day just doing stuff for work. It's just such a massive waste, considering that if we didn't have to work, we can be so much profitable in other areas. Productive, that's the word I'm looking for. We can be so productive in other areas. But unfortunately, we have to work to basically live. Hopefully one of these days we can actually change that. But let's... Okay, coming control, Cleve Hub, this is Max People Pusher requesting docking. That is absolutely no, speaking of which, bing, bing, bong. We are now currently approaching Cleve Hub, our final destination. Please have all your luggages and baggages ready for departure. Please make sure that you take everything that you have brought with you. Thanks very much for flying Max People Pushers. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bing bong. Yeah, no, I probably didn't get that quite right. Mankind didn't start off with 9 to 5. We created it. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, there's lots of things that we created that we didn't need. Work, society. But it's the lifestyle that we kind of chosen for us, and we've sort of adopted the capitalist way of life. And there was a person called Karl Marx. Now, Karl Marx said some very, very powerful and potent stuff. Karl Marx said some very powerful and potent stuff and was quite accurate at the time. Now, be careful about what I'm about to say, because Karl Marx, over the current few years, has been bastardized about what he's been talking about, and has gotten a bit of a bad reputation on the internet. But originally, Karl Marx had an idea. He had a dream. And no, that wasn't that wasn't Martin Luther King. Yeah, Karl Marx said that we have enough wealth, technology, education, food, and minerals to give everyone in the entire world a home, education, and feed 7 times over. And yet we don't do this, because we give it all to the rich. We give it all to the 1%, whilst everyone else, they get squeezed for every penny that they've got. They get squeezed between high rent and low wages, high cost of living, low production of employment, and as such, we are trapped in the society that we are doing, giving everything that we have, from taxes, rents, revenue, and everything that goes to the wealthy. And jobs themselves, where a job used to be a proper 9 to 5, where you could have job security. You had a career. You started at the bottom, and you did the good work, and you make itself to the top, and you could become successful. You can't do that anymore. Jobs these days are not like that. Jobs these days are pick and mix. You do a work for a while and then you get fired because your job's no longer needed. Every person is replaceable. There is no job that gives you job satisfaction or job guarantee these days, because everyone is replaceable for whatever you do. And therefore that has sort of dehumanized the workforce, dehumanized people. So therefore, what can we do? Why is the we are living in the dystopian future that Karl Marx predicted. Now, Karl Marx came up with an idea of a society, but his idea for that society is a good idea, but it's flawed. His society for utopian society would fail because it requires 2 things which are impossible. And the two things that it requires is, firstly, a perfect system, one that manages itself and is adaptable to the world around it. And the second thing it needs is a perfect leader, a person that will put the entirety of everyone else above his own. Now, if you look at leaders of today's world, everyone is looking at, everyone takes the power to improve themselves. When was the last time you saw a person in leadership that lived in a barn, that lived in poverty, lived on the streets? No, every leader in these worlds today will live inside mansions, or have 3 or 4 houses, or let's just say like the Pope, the person who is supposed to symbolize the ultimate religion, lives in gold luxury. Why is that the case when all the money, resources, and things that should go to help the people is going to help the leaders? And that's wrong. The idea of office, the idea of becoming the king, or idea of becoming the leader, is to be a servant to the people. The people are not servants to the king. The king is a servant to the people. He is there to guide, help, and manage how things should work. Sorry. The thing is, you either have money or you don't have money. Yes, it was created greed and wants. The managing director of cancer research earns charity as a £4 million. I'll say no more. Yeah, I think I watched the same video that you watched on that. Basically, someone that was working for Oxfam or something, one of these charity sites. They used to like donate to these sites, but they find that these charity people, although that they say that all the money goes to charity, if all the money goes to charity, why is he running around in a full BMW or the top of the range sports model car and has, as you said, a £4 million house? Not everything's going to charity. Not everything's going to help the children in need. Not everything's going to help the homeless shelters. But in saying that, I do support some charity work. I mean, I myself have done work for Crisis Over Christmas. And Crisis Over Christmas tries to put on the, well, no, not tried, they do. They buy up a shelter for the Christmas period, and then we bring in food. Volunteers come in, volunteers such as myself, they come in, they bring in the food, they help the people when they need helping. They bring in the St. John's ambulances. They sometimes give out internet connections so people can connect to people, try and make job connections and such. So there are some charities that actually do a good job of trying to help people, and the fact that they help people is good. But however, you do get other charities where the charity is sort of a front, so that the person who's sitting on the top of the chair, on the top of the ladder, can earn the £4 million house. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, as I said, Crisis Over. Sorry about that. Crisis Over Christmas is they help the homeless, and I certainly believe in that charity, and that's why when I did my 24-hour live stream, that's why I did that for Crisis Over Christmas. Yeah, let me finish this up. Passenger lounge. Okay, so I think we should be finishing this up soon. So that was 1 hour 50 minutes for the complete sightseeing adventure chip with cargo space. Yeah. Should I take reputation or should I go for credits? Give me the bleeding credits. I want the money. Give me the money. I want the money. You can keep your reputation. I want the money. My reputation goes up anyway. I just got to do lots of those. Lots and lots of money. So I can buy bigger ships so I can get more reputation and more money. Okay, so thanks very much for boarding Maxius People Pushers Transport Services. Let me get out of here. Whoops. Yeah. Sorry. Come back into this. Livery. Is this a Maxius? That wasn't actually vessel. Okay, this one hasn't been labelled. Just have a quick look at the other shipyards. Because as I was saying, the Dolphin is pretty much my main ship here. The other ship that I use is not the Type 7 transporter, because that can't travel anywhere, but the Type 6 transport, because I got that one judged up to go 24, which is much higher. So this is Max People Pushers. Okay, cool. As I said, thanks very much for flying Max People Pushers Transports Space Liner Ship Service Delivery stuff. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed playing this. Please guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. You know the drill. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys out there. How do I close this?